Hey folks, this is Koloff RX here. I want to start off. Hey, ranked chicken pack, who cares? Sacred Daily Pack, I'm still not buying at Plarium. In fact, this is actually kind of what I want to go over. Um, I don't. I know I haven't been at this whole YouTube thing for too terribly long, so I don't want to taint my channel with a bunch of negativity, but I do feel like I need to issue Plarium a small warning for whatever my 5 viewers might think. Maybe it's not important, maybe it is. I don't care. I'm going to give my opinion anyway, because if you click this video, apparently you want to hear it. So, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead, and since it came up, I'll just say it. Your Sacred Daily Pack sucks, Plarium. Give us a little bit more for that $100 you want. Anyway, pardon me. Sorry. So, coming soon are Veiled Champions, and awesome! Yay! As John Oliver would say. Cool. Um, we've gotten one Veiled Champion release so far. And that Veil using champion is Excruciator. Excruciator has some mediocre abilities, a really interesting, honestly, I'll give you credit, an interesting passive, but the problem is Excruciator is only veiled at the start of their turn, and that's it, because there is no non-attack ability. So there's no way for Excruciator to keep the veil up, to put the veil up so that she, or I don't want to assume gender, it is untargetable. Maybe demons don't have genders. Whatever. So the point being, there's no way to reinitialize this veil until Excruciator goes again, but at that point, Excruciator is getting rid of the veil because that's the way crappy veil works. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, you might as well not have veil at that point. It doesn't really do anything, and yes, they get a veil buff for one turn if they kill an enemy, and that's cool too. The problem is, I don't have Excruciator leveled up to 6 stars yet, but even just using her on just trash to level her up on, like lower level trash, she doesn't hit all that hard. She's not gonna redefine my life. She's not snapping necks, as the ability would be called, and that's a problem. If you have an ability called Neck Snapper and you're lightly tickling them, that's a restraining order, guys. So Plarium, I just don't think it's doing it. I don't think that what we've seen from champions with Veil is fantastic. So my warning is this. If you're going to offer a champion for a 20,000 point reward investiture, make them worth it. If you're going to introduce a new mechanic, it might be a little bit better to go overboard with that mechanic, to overtune it just a little bit and walk it back slightly. And I do mean slightly, until the power level's in line with everything else. And if you really want to, you can just make, while something's overpowered, as it's being exploited, you can either hotfix it or make bans for certain heroes in that mode that are like completely overpowered. Also, as a side note to this, a side caveat to this rant, please fix Xavia's attack 3 on Clan Boss. I accidentally let her on auto, and her A3 just wiped all the poisons off Clan Boss. I had like 10 damn poisons up there. Come on, guys. Seriously, you're going to give her an attack 3 that clears poisons, does a crap ton of damage, and it just doesn't function on Clan Boss. If that's intended, add it in the tooltip. That's not... That's a one code line. That's one line of code to write. You can do that. Come on. But the point being is these Veil Champions need to offer a lot more. For example, with Excruciator, she needs to actually start snapping mothers' necks. 35% extra attack, maybe. will give that ability some oomph, some chutzpah to it, but really, I'm not impressed with her at level 40. With I took her gear off, but I had some gear on her earlier, and it's just not worth it to me. Make it worth it for me, please. If you're gonna start adding new champions, if you're gonna hype us, make sure it's actual hype that you deliver on. Make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. Make sure it's worth it. Make sure that I feel like I'm getting a good investment, return on investment. If I'm giving my money to you guys, I'd like to see something for it. If I'm not giving my money to you, I want to be enjoying your game. And if you're going to dilute the pool of summonable heroes with crap, Veil heroes that just don't do anything to the game, well, that's just going to disappoint me. And it's going to make me want to invest in. It's going to make me even want to turn my gems into blue shards less. And I love doing that. Honestly, I feel like it may not be the most mathematically sensible way to do things, but I truly feel like, oh hey, it's a way for me to not spend money because these packs that I would otherwise buy, like for example, I love the $5 energy pack. If I'm buying that $5 energy pack, I'm getting a couple gems on the side, and those get saved up and saved up and saved up and turned into blue shards. Uh, because I feel like, hey, I'm already buying the energy packs. I don't need to use the gems for energy. I like doing that. I'm going to be a hell of a lot less likely to do it if these Veil heroes, God, that hurt, just suck. Oh, when you bash your kneecap into the corner of the desk. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But so if you're going to hype these characters, deliver on the hype, over deliver. I mean, seriously, under promise, over deliver. That is a legitimate business strategy. Um, and as some things are overperforming, just walk them back a little bit. Yes, you're going to get hate no matter what you do, but I guarantee you're going to get a whole hell of a lot less hate if you nerf somebody and that nerf still leaves them pretty freaking awesome. For example, people piss and moaned about Tomb Lord, but you know what? So you don't get infinite turns. Wah wah. Still good. Still solid on the spider boss, right? Right. So that's nice. People were really happy about the Draco Morph buff. I don't even have either of those heroes. I just was reading the text. Like, they're still good heroes. Our Tomb Lord's still a good hero after the walk back. So I really encourage you folks at Plarium, don't be afraid to do this kind of stuff. You want to drive up hype for your game. You want to get people to buy things post level 60. You want to get new players to start playing your game. Under promise, over deliver. That's how you do it. Because that gets people talking about your game. That gets people telling friends about your game. That gets people to do more than just when they're on their phone in class, like I am a lot. People say, "Oh, what game are you playing?" I'll close the app and be like, "Oh, nothing, just a mobile game." Uh, if I'm excited about your game, I'll be like, "Oh no, it's this game, Raid Shadow Legends. It's really freaking awesome." Like, in fact, couple new stuff, new heroes were released. It's a typical gacha game, but if you want to be free to play, you can. It's pretty friendly to free to play players. Or if you want to do this, you can. Or if you want to spend some money, it's good value. I want to be able to say those kind of things about your game. I don't want to just like hastily close it and be like, "Oh, it's nothing," because that doesn't. That's not you guys getting free advertisement for your product. You know what I mean? So you're doing it wrong by over delivering, by walking nerfs back from like overtuned characters, and I don't mean significantly, I just mean slightly overtuned characters, or by releasing them with an interesting power level as opposed to something completely underpowered, I guess is my point. I'm not saying you have to always deliver overpowered content. That gets into power creep, and that's a huge argument for something else. But by delivering these interesting characters that are more than just one-dimensional, hit stuff with sword, make dead type of character, you start getting people talking about your stuff. You get that free advertising. And I know that's what you want as a company. So what is it that's stopping this? Where are the signals getting crossed? I don't know. I have no clue. But I really wanted to kind of throw that out there. Maybe this won't get any views. Maybe one or two other YouTubers will see it and they'll get picked up by the bigger YouTubers. I don't know. I have no clue. What I do know is I know game design. I love to mod my tabletop games to my friends. Um, we have lists of house rules for every game we play. Video games, I understand it's a different set of dimensions you're working with, but you're still creating your paradigms, you're still creating your parameters, and you're still tweaking things within. And so I understand game design. I understand business and advertising. This stuff, it's tricky, no doubt. And hats off to all you programmers and developers who are busting your ass to make this game as good as you can. Thank you for that. But the bean counters, the people who make the executive decisions, and who sign off on design decisions, there's this fundamental disconnect between the player base and those people. And I guess I just want to try and connect those dots and establish a more consistent through line between those two people. I believe there's a lot of room for compromise. And as Benjamin Franklin said, a good compromise leaves everyone a little unhappy. So, Plarium, I guess my message is just don't be afraid to be a little bit unhappy with your decisions. So I can guarantee you we're pretty unhappy with a lot of them too. So, if you meet us halfway, you get a lot more from us. That came out a little more accented than I wanted, but the point still remains. If you as a viewer enjoy this stuff, toss me a like, toss me a subscribe. I'm happy to keep putting out content as long as I see people are engaging with it, interested in it. Keep the conversation going in the comments. Thank you much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a nice day.